Hey, junkies, we're back again, another episode. Welcome to Advertising Anonymous. And today, my guest is all about the art, man. So I'll do a brief introduction for this gentleman in front of me. My guest today is a top of the line design/art expert. You're laughing.
I feel like a guest pastor right now. You know the way they sit when they are being introduced.
Let me do this intro. You're the only person that has disrupted my intro. I'll start again.
Okay.
My guest today is a top of the line design expert, a winner of multiple local and international awards, a wannabe content creator. Because I don't know what to call it, or what you do on your page. I don't know what to call it, but we're getting there. Content creator, he's a fashionista. Oh my, this guy is dressing, up and coming model. And you agree with me?
That's me.
Should I keep going?
Keep going.
Okay. And just to add the cherry on top, is a Cannes winning art director.
That's very important. It's not easy. We are not up to 10 in Nigeria. In fact, we are not up to 5 in Nigeria, so.
A Cannes winning, let me say it again. A Cannes winning
Drum rolls.
art director.
Thank you so much.
I would like to introduce Samuel Oluwagbemi, aka Samuel Lockdown. He is presently the head of art at X3M Ideas, and I'm sure if you're a Jameson drinker, you have held one of his artworks in your hand. That's a standard, but we'll get to that as we go on.
Definitely.
So, Samuel Lockdown, for people, that's what I call him, so I'm sorry, that's the only thing I can say.
Hi Lumi, it's great to be here. Thanks for the introduction. Again, like I said, I felt like a guest pastor when you were introducing me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I was just trying to be humble. But again, before we start, I have a problem with you. So you had invited like 3 people to this show before me. And each time they told me, I'm going to Olumide's studio this weekend. I said, first person, okay. All of us are in the same office. So. Second person, so Olumide has invited me to this podcast today. I said, actually, I don't know book me. Why Olumide never come? So when you read out to me finally, I was like, oh, can we do this? I'm like, since what this did? Wow.
No, you know this.
I thought you thought I did not know anything. So it's okay.
Samuel Lockdown. Welcome to Advertising Anonymous.
Thank you.
It's been a long time coming, and thanks for making out the time.
Thanks for having me.
Because apparently, man, everybody is busy. I think I said this, on Kelechi's episode. Everybody is busy.
Yeah.
To find people to come through, man.
This year has been crazy.
Chicken bun dog, lion shit.
This year has been crazy, but yeah, we move.
We move, exactly. We move.
Yeah.
Where do I start from you? Samuel Lockdown. First things first, are you an art junkie?
I don't know. Sometimes I describe myself as an art junkie, but I will say I'm an idea junkie. So wherever idea takes me, and I know that might sound cliche, but literally, I love ideas. I love the thought of just thinking up stuff and then executing them. So whether be it in advertising or in my personal life or even in church or while I was in school also, I just love ideas and I love executing them. So whether it's to solve a problem or whatnot, even my car issue, whatnot. So
you know the execution part is always the tough part. Anybody can just sit up and think of ideas. It's not hard.
Yeah.
It's the execution that is the problem.
Yeah. So I would not say I'm an art junkie. I would say I'm an idea junkie. So I love ideas. So
let's add that one to the book. So this is like idea junkie. Okay.
That's what I am. Yeah.
Cool. But right now, head of heart, I say, God, do this your version of combat.
Oduduwa. I don't
I'm not for Yoruba. But okay, head of art. But it didn't start from there now.
No.
I remember when you joined Extreme. I think you came in, was it a month after I did? Can't remember.
Yeah, I joined around April.
Exactly. Okay, I joined February.
Yeah, so
I joined February. And that was during the lockdown. So in short, the reason why we call him Sammy Lockdown is because we're having a meeting and we have, I don't know, at that point, I think we had like 2 or 3 Sams in the company. And they're trying to introduce him and say, we have the new art director, is this, and his name is Samuel. We're like, are we Samuel? I'm like, oh, Sammy Lockdown. Okay, since we're on lockdown.
Evil people. I didn't even find out about that nickname until like...
I think it was Tope that gave
you. Yeah, a month after, I heard it was Kelechi that started it. Or something. And then everybody just, even from the CEO to the head of HR that was supposed to be stopping people, up to today, they still call me.
The name is too sweet.
I'm owning it now. I'm not fighting it anymore.
Yeah. But before Extreme, where were you?
So the funny thing is, when I tell people they don't believe that Extreme is my first creative agency.
I didn't believe it the first time you told me to.
Yeah, like people were like, huh? So what were you doing before Extreme? How did you even get into Extreme? Like, how did you get to
how did you, was it?
Yeah, so, I mean, when I finished school, okay, I did my NYC in Kebbi State. So, you know, that period, I did computer science in school. I knew I wanted to do something related to computer science, but Sakpa was holding me. I was also thinking, what will I do after NYC? Would I be hungry? Would I just be at home? My daddy told me to wash his car. So that is why I picked up graphic design. So during NYC, because in Kebbi State, funny thing is, Kebbi State is the only state in Nigeria that has 247 lights. I had never experienced it before in my life.
247 lights,
247, Kebbi, Birmingham Kebbi.
Not West.
No, Kebbi, not yet. That's in Kebbi, besides Sokoto. So the funny thing is, if you want to be a governor in Kebbi State and you don't campaign with, oh, I'm going to give you 247 like this, I think the governor also influences that they pay out of their pocket for some of it.
Okay.
You will never get to be governor in Kebbi. So it was one of the things that we enjoyed. And then having that light 247 allowed me to just play with my laptop and, you know, play around with apps and different stuff. So that was when I started designing. And some idiot guys that were in my compound, they would be hyping me, saying, oh, Baba, you bad. Recently, when I look at those designs, I can't even look at them. I just close them like, what the? But yeah, that was how it started. And then I found it interesting. I found it really, really interesting to be able to play with colors. I was just doing, you know, take people's pictures for their birthdays and playing around with it. Until after NYC, I started job hunting, and then so I was supposed to be looking for computer science jobs, but then because I had the experience in graphic design, I started sending out my portfolio in quotes. I remember sending my portfolio to TBWA, and what I would do is I would wake up in the morning by 7, send it out to, I would Google top 10 advertising agencies in Nigeria, send to all of them. I remember sending to TBWA. I didn't even send to Extreme. I remember TBWA, Insight, and Anaku. Anaku were really
digital agency.
I would go to their Instagram, like, I want to work here. Editor felt that time will be giving me his guy's pizza in the office. I'm like, these people, they are having so much fun. Me. I told me I knew.
Oh, well, that is the scam. Every agency social media page is a scam. If you believe that is how work is there.
God. But it was so, like, you know, enticing for me, like, oh, they could dress anyhow and all those kind of stuff. So I would really keep bombarding them with my CV and my portfolio. When I think about it, I'm like, how did they even reply me? So when they got tired of me, at least 3 of them sent me an email to say, oh, they didn't want to tell me I was shit. So they said it in a nice way.
Well, you should send it every day.
Every day. Until you reply me.
Wow. Did I even understand?
The hustle is real. I remember Anako sending me an email to say, oh, we have reviewed your portfolio and we feel like you still have a lot of work to do to get to what the standard that we are looking for, but keep going, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I know what this means. But I'm not going to say anything. But then I kept doing that until, so the funny thing, my first job is at Kudi Money, now Kuda Bank.
Imagine.
Yeah, that was my first job.
That time your logo was green also, if I'm right.
Yeah, it was just like 7 different colors in a box, like Kudi Money. So I remember sending them my portfolio, and then I got an email. I got a call on a Saturday morning to say, "Oh, is this Soji?" And I'm like, "Nobody calls me Soji in Lagos." I'm like, "Yes." Like, "Oh, this Babs Ogundeyi from Kudimoni. Can you come for an interview?" And
On a Saturday?
On a Saturday, I was sweeping. I remember I was sweeping my auntie's house. The way I threw the broom away, I just ran and I went there and then I did the interview. And he told me to my face that my work was shit. But I liked my persistence. And I think that was it. I think he found it really, really weird and really interesting that someone was going after his email. And he told me, "You were literally disturbing me with emails." I'm like,
that's cool.
So yeah, that was how I got my first job at Kudimoni. And then from there, I worked in other places. And then before I later joined
What was that? Where was that turning point where you said, "Okay, let me try the agency. Let me go to agency"?
Yes, again, Momumi. I think so. I was really doing well on the client side. I think I've always enjoyed working at the client side because, again, I didn't know what life was on the agency side. But I've met people from the agency side that will always tell me, "Oh, it's this, it's that, it's fun, it's all the way."
Yeah.
I remember working with, Live with Linda.
Yeah.
We worked together at Mountain Place. I think she was the first person that actually got me interested in advertising agencies because she was coming from an ad agency. And she always gist me about how ad agencies are. I should try it. And also, I felt like at some point in my career.
Shout out to Live with Linda, by the way.
Shout out to
Live with Linda.
Although we are fighting, but it's okay.
Live with Linda, she picks the ad she wants to showcase. So we will look at the ad she
showcase our podcast.
I don't mind, dude. Showcase the podcast.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So from there, I started thinking of joining an ad agency to learn more because I was a self-taught graphic designer, and I just wanted to be able to learn from people of the same mind, like even more creative people than me. So I started researching the top creative agencies again, and by this time I had a better portfolio, so I think it was easy.
It was easy
for me
to get in.
To get in, yeah.
Yeah. So you mentioned Kudi, even though they've turned to Kuda now.
Yeah.
And so, what brands have you worked on? So, I don't know whether I should focus. Let's give some light to the ones that your pre-agency life.
Pre-agency life, I've worked in a lot of brands.
Give me your top 10. That would be that would tax your brain a bit.
Top 10. No, I'll give you. So I've worked with Hugo Boss. So Hugo Boss, Lacoste, Inglot Cosmetics.
Baba, I said just this one that you're now carrying shoulder, you're bringing brands that I only dream of.
Puma.
Wow.
So they were all under Pasiana's retail.
Okay.
So if you see any Puma store, Inglot Cosmetics store.
All the designs and wow.
Yeah, so I used to work for the group that owned them in the franchise in Nigeria.
Yeah.
They also own Viva Cinemas. One is Asimbiat Abiola with Najara Mall.
Yeah.
So when I worked there, I worked on those brands. It was really, really interesting. Like, I think working on an international brand.
Exactly.
Like,
now, when you go and search for pictures, you're not looking for African American.
Exactly, like,
you don't pick any white guy.
Don't pick any white guy because they really focus more on like the outlook of how fresh they. So those ones. I've worked with, I've done work for Kovasi when Kovasi was still in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So we're trying to battle with NSC that year, pass the Kovasi. We tried our best, but then down the line we had to move. I've worked with Goya Oil, Titus Sardine, Pin Pop Sweets.
What are you saying?
I don't know. I could go on and on and on and on.
Let's move to agency now.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So agency, I think I've only worked at one agency anyway. But I'm fortunate to work with one of the best, and that means I've been working with top brands for the past 4 or 5 years right now.
Yeah.
So I mean, my baby Jameson Irish whiskey. Yeah, I think Jameson kind of helped me to grow even as a designer also because it was one of the first brands that enabled me to see my work out there. Like,
Yeah.
because you do work, you see it on the billboard.
Straight.
You do work, you go to events, you see it, you see your work on the shelf. You see,
And that really helps with your confidence.
Exactly.
They're not as rewarding as that. Doing work and
so
you
I
seeing
think
it.
after joining Extreme, I was put on Jameson, and my first ever project was this. So I wasn't even supposed to be on Jameson. That's the funny
Are
thing.
you serious?
I think later I heard I was recruited for another account. I don't think I want to mention the name because of
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
But so the person that was on Jameson,
Yeah.
so there was this urgent brief they had on the weekend, and if I calls me, if I this maybe calls me to say, oh, Samuel Oluwagbemi, how far, where are you? I say, I'm at home. There's this brief for Jameson, just play with it now. It's pack design.
He's always play with it.
That time I was working on Migo.
Oh yeah. I remember you working on Migo.
I said, just play with it. I said, okay. Just play with it, just turn to something. Next thing, they've added me to meeting with Mike Miller, everybody said, it was actually an emergency. So the art director that was supposed to work on it, then I said, okay, split it. You do one option, he does one option. So by the time I did my option, the client liked my option. And that was the beginning of my journey.
Your beginning of your Jameson journey.
On Jameson. So from there, they just put me on Jameson straight up. And that was it.
What I would say is, the Jameson job you just described now, I see why the client would, I don't know, I'm talking because I was there, but I see the reason why the client would have gone for yours, and that just leads me to what I've observed in the industry. Art direction. People just think art direction is put a face, put copy, don't
change the color,
and just change the color and you're there. But me, I can say for a fact that there's graphic design, which is what I just described now. And there's art direction, whereby you take a copy and you translate it into visuals. How do you do that? Because I'm sure when they gave you that bill, they said just quickly pack design, just do something.
So, so for me, I think conceptualization or concepting is, I feel like I always tell people that it's inbuilt. So there are people that, I don't know, you're just born that way. You can't really explain your process, but I also feel like you can learn it also. So it's almost a case of how you would say Messi and Ronaldo. They are both fantastic footballers.
If you didn't say that, we would have entered the one argument.
They are both fantastic footballers, but people always claim that Messi was born with it, Ronaldo had to learn it. There's some truth to it. Exactly. And ability can be better than ability if ability is not careful.
Exactly.
So there are people that actually just naturally have this creative flair. And you just find it, like, that's what I was saying the other time about how solving problems, you just try to solve problems. If you're a problem solver, you'll find advertising interesting because it's solving problems
Constantly.
It's just problems upon problems upon problems. So if you enjoy solving problems, you will enjoy it. But for concepts, for me, I always think the way I come up with concepts is to use keywords. And I think it's the easiest way for me.
So is it mind mapping?
Mind mapping, you get it. So I get the problem, I pick out what is the biggest word that jumps at me in this whole mix. It's independence. What does independence mean to Nigerians? It's freedom. What does freedom? How do we celebrate freedom in Nigeria? We celebrate it together. Okay. Our copy line is now celebrating freedom together, and then that already gives you a kind of like a visual idea, and then from there you can move, and that is how you can tie your visuals to an idea. That really is.
See, we just give you 30-second masterclass now. People charge for this shit, man.
It's free for now.
But and I think that's the best way I've heard anybody describe mind mapping.
Really.
I'm not even going to lie. The way you just said it now is the best. Most people don't like, put a word, independence. Okay, now what other word connects with independence? They don't take the extra time to explain, and which is really cool. Thank you for teaching me something.
You're welcome.
Thank you. But art direction, as I said, you just explained how you do your conceptualization, but dude, you go beyond even just design. I don't know if you guys have seen this, and if you've not seen it, please go and look for it. And dude, help me. The one of, is it post? What is that thing? When post something depression?
Oh, postpartum depression.
Postpartum depression.
Yeah.
I saw that work. Reminded me of the what's the name of this? Something quotes. This it won a Clio back then, like in the 60s. I know they featured it on Mad Men then, but I saw it and it was just so strong.
Yeah.
So I would do my best to describe it. It's about postpartum depression, which is more or less the feeling women have after they give birth. They feel overwhelmed. New moms, they feel overwhelmed. They feel like detached from their baby. It's more of sadness and just being overweight with all the stress of the 9 months, and you now compound that with your child crying constantly and being distant. Sometimes they just want to be away, not because they don't love the baby. They're just trying to get a little make sense of their current situation. And the visual shows a mom holding on to a crib, and the crib is like she's in prison. And what did the copy say?
Mother shouldn't be a sentence.
Oh my God. It was so beautifully done. And I remember, I think I left X3M there.
Left.
And I saw it. I was like, dude, I'm not even going to lie. I had to call.
Yes, sir.
I had to, because when you posted it on LinkedIn, I was like, this is good. Okay, maybe in a designer. But I had to call, and they're like, I'm on Samuel Oluwagbemi, one thing. And dude, that was fantastic. That was really good. So you're not just a designer, and this is the myth I'm saying all this story because I'm trying to get somewhere. Most art directors believe their work is just to design. As if no, they don't have the voice in that boardroom or in that brainstorming session to drop ideas. And I don't get it. I've seen it on the agency side, I've come to client side, I've seen it on the client side. Brainstorming session for art directors now to press for. Art directors contribute, your ideas are welcome. We don't even know.
Happens a lot.
I can count the amount you, Sadiq, brilliant. Maybe Silver, but if I can count them in palm of my hand, that is very scary. Why do you think that? Why do you think art directors think it's just fair for them to?
So again, I think it's a mistake that we've made in the art industry, because I mean, it's a problem that we still keep having right now, and it's a problem that I still see in like junior art directors, and so there's this thing we do where when someone joins an art industry, as a copywriter or as an art director, there's almost like a separation of task from the beginning.
So I agree.
If I'm talking to two guys, one is a copywriter, one is an art director, as a senior member of the team, I say, okay, so we have this brief. You copywriter, go and write out the deck. And director, go and give me references of how we can execute. And then they go their separate ways.
That is true.
And then they come back to you with, this person comes back with ideas, this person comes back with visual references. I feel like that has created a lot of gap where art directors have now learned, even from like their entry level, they believe that all they need to care about is the visual part of things. And I think that is a big problem. And it's something we're trying to rectify now to say, everybody should be in ideas. Everybody should know what an idea is. Everybody should know what they're supposed to do. So when you see, for someone like me, maybe because I didn't start in an ad agency. So when I started my career at Kudi Money, I can't go and tell Babs that, I have this visual idea, I need a copywriter, because it was a startup, we didn't have any copywriter. I had to like dig up copies
yourself. So you were doing both.
Exactly.
Copy and
I did all that throughout my stay. At the client side, I did all that for like 4 or 5 years before I came to the ad. So, in fact, let me bust your head. I never knew there was anything called copyright. I swear to God. Like when I joined advertising, and I learned that there were some people that all they did was to write copy. I'm like,
hey, don't make us look like all we do just to write one.
No. Like, I didn't understand what you guys do.
I get.
But like, I know if I just told me, oh, Linda was the first copywriter.
Yeah.
I said, Linda will be your copywriter. I'm like, I have to go and Google what's copyright. They say people that write copy. I said, so then we would have a brainstorm, and I would have finished the work, just scribbling, scribbling, I would put copy on it, and then I'll just present it during meeting. And the Linda was, oh my God, who sent this to you? I said, I did it. Do you know Linda had to go and tell Boogie that, oh, we have an director now that does a copywriter. I'm like, I'm a copywriter. How? So you go, they do work, you don't go put copy. Who go approve? Like, it's impossible that people would actually just focus on, because I feel like both of them work hand in hand. No, there's no way you can be a great art director. You can be a good art director, but you can't be a great art director. You can't be a great creative without understanding at least a little bit of everything.
I agree.
So going forward, we just need to teach them young. So when people come in, let everybody be involved in like the brainstorming session, let them come up with ideas.
Yeah.
And it also goes both ways. Copywriters should also be able to give visual references, because what is happening is,
coming up, I remember my first creative director, he said, always think visually.
Yeah.
Forget your copy. Think visually. How do you want your visual to look?
Exactly.
Now, if you have that look, put your copy there, then take it to an art director, and I promise you, because where your own stop now, where their own starts, what they will elevate your visual to a point that you will not even recognize it.
So it goes both ways.
It goes both ways. I agree with you, and I'm happy you said you guys started working on that, because for the life of me, every single time it's the same thing. I'll be art director now. Again, okay. So before I forget, what is this one again that art directors cannot proofread? It's copy and paste. If I write the English will not make any sense. That's what the copywriter gave me now.
I think it still stems from that. Oh, copy is not my work. It's actually not my. You're a creative, so when they give you a copy, you are supposed to read it. Does it even make sense?
Exactly.
And I always tell the art directors, like, okay, somebody has given you copy. So the thing is, copywriters are able to learn these visual cues and know how to give feedback on stuff. And I always tell them, it's an opportunity for you to also give them feedback.
Yes.
So they are giving you feedback. Why are you not giving them feedback also? Like, it's true.
When I got to Extreme, so I was working on Glow then, and Sadiq was my my art director.
You go here.
Oh my God. Sadiq we just come and like, this copy is not catchy, bro. And in my mind, I'm like, wait, Baba, okay, what you do? And we actually edit my copy and it makes sense.
Yeah.
At the point, I was like, okay, man, maybe I need to do better. So before I send a copy to Sadiq, I'll first calm down.
Read that well.
Look and well.
Exactly.
Say, is it making sense? Is it sweet? And when I send it to him, I swear I won't like for a bit. When he doesn't push back, I'm like, correct me. But
that's why it was
really
I remember the first work I did at Extreme. Actually, my first project was Migo Workers Day. Yeah. So I remember Linda don't leave Migo Canada now.
So she's in the CA.
So we just talked about it. Oh, we have this Workers Day stuff. What can we do? And I'm like, okay. Let's do a visual that says we want workers to feel like a worker again. And I wrote that copy. Make them feel like a worker again. Yeah. Because that was when everybody were in their rooms, we could not do anything. So it was a visual of a judge wearing a garment and then judging our children that were playing and broke the TV. So it's like, oh, Mike, can you step forward? Why that? So it was that visual, and then it's like, feel like a worker again. So it's like, use, do whatever it is that you would do at work at home to make yourself happy and all this. And then she saw it and she was like, oh my God, who gave you this copy again? Like, I don't know. So again, I think it's one of my little projects right now to teach the designers that are under me how how to write copy and how to proofread. English is basic English.
It's standard.
Yeah, when you see something, in fact, we had something yesterday talking about, if you see, it's even as crazy as on a deck, if you see something underlined in red, it means it's wrong.
Exactly.
So edit it, right click on it, and the thing will even do the work for you.
Do the suggestions.
But yeah, our directors, they will get there, I believe.
No, but we love them. I always say I love our directors. You guys do. You bring my work to life, and that's priceless.
Yeah, it is.
So, advertising, Nigerian advertising. If you are not in it until 2020, but at least you're in it now. What would you say about advertising in Nigeria right now? Has it gone from good to bad, or has it gone from bad to worse? What's your take on it?
I just feel like, I won't say it has gone from bad to worse. I just feel like a lot more people are more exposed now.
Okay.
So if you did an ad in the 90s, your audience would probably be seeing whatever it is that you're doing for the first time, and it would wow them. The problem we have in the 21st century is that people are seeing almost everything.
True.
So before you can wow people, you have to wow yourself first.
You have to
so social media is there. People are seeing ads everywhere. They are seeing concepts everywhere. They're like, even the average Nigerian parents are seeing funny videos, kids, adverts. So if you need to do something that would wow people, it means you have to really think differently. So in the 90s, again, if I do a TVC, nobody knows that, oh, you can do flying cars, or that kind of, like, whatever you offer, it's like, oh, wow. And I feel like there's this nostalgia tax that people have for old ads in Nigeria. When it's like, oh, they made my... I'm like, I'm sorry, sometimes I don't know if I can say some of those ads are shit. I'm sorry. No, they were not out of this world.
Let me jump in.
Yeah, okay.
And you said to them, I still cut caption. Maybe for you, as a copywriter, the writing of that ad. Oh, they say, where do you want to work? He said sky. He didn't say, or was this sky? He said air.
Yeah.
The story about it was really nice.
So if that was done in 2024, would you still think it is a great...
No bullshit. I'm not going to lie to you. If the mayor, my friend, if that drops today, with that same nostalgic feel of the way it was shot, I will still like it. Call me old, but I will still like it.
I think it's a thing of, it was great for its era, and that's my point. It was very, very great for that era. But I kid you not that if somebody writes that TV to you right now, you will look at it and throw it away. Because the times have changed.
Wait. Let me check this.
Yeah.
Let me not isolate it into what I like. Okay. So are we talking about for the brand now and for the target audience now?
So I'm just talking about the type of advertising that would move people.
Okay. So now in that case, I agree with you. Yeah. That yes, it was good for its time. Back then, the average drinker of beer, were our dads, old people that were seasoned and everything. Me, I still like it because maybe I'm not that old, but I'm verging towards there. But I can imagine a young 25-year-old guy saying that now, like what's my business with me? Okay, so I agree with you.
So the audience has changed. So that's why I can't really say advertising become worse or it has become better, because the audience we have right now, they are very they've seen it all basically. We're in the social media age. They've seen it all. Now we have AI coming up, so we have opportunities to wow them again, basically. But in terms of Nigerian advertising, I just feel like we still have good people, we still have great agencies, we still have brilliant ideas people. But in terms of the execution, that is where we are not getting it right. So you'll see a script, beautifully written, and then the execution, it's like, is this the same script? You see a concept, and then you see the final thing. I don't know if it's a skill problem or a budget problem, or I don't know what it is.
That's a good point.
But we have brilliant people, but execution.
And usually they are judged on your execution.
Exactly, you are judged on your execution.
Outside doesn't see what goes on behind the scenes, but
exactly.
As I keep saying, there's a lot that happens and a lot of things change from that brilliant script, as you said, or that idea, to when it goes to client approval.
Exactly.
When it goes to budget.
Budget.
When it gets to execution.
Like you've paid 70% of the thing, and then the final thing you'll be like,
you'll be surprised. No, I've seen it happen to me more than once. To one of my favorite parts.
Okay.
Last episode, I had Kelechi here. Or was it last episode? Yeah, some episode anyway. I had Kelechi here, and we spoke about the incredible, gigantic moments that Extreme Ideas did for Nigeria. Winning Cannes for the first time in 70 years. Major stop, first Nigerian agency.
It's not easy.
At all. As in the fact that the lion is on the soil of Nigeria is massive. And big ups to you guys. So I don't think I can say it much more. But I've heard about it from the ideation part. Kelechi really spilled and shared something. If you want to hear more, please go and listen to Kelechi's episode. You hear the dates about it. But tell me, from an art direction point of view, if we have seen the, I think the documentary just came out yesterday.
No, it's premiered yesterday.
Okay, so I'm sure you'll be able to access the documentary on YouTube very soon. That if it is not there, but tell us, what was your visual thinking for that? Because I know you were very in there, part of the team.
So if you look at the campaign that we did, it was for soot problem in Port Harcourt. And it's a very, very serious problem, because it involves people's lives, it results in death. So it was a very serious campaign. I think that informed the visual style and then the whole identity of the campaign. So if you look at the key visuals, the treatment of the photography, they were really dark and grungy
very
and sad.
Gloomy.
So again, it's all in the concept, it's all in the, so you might see it and be like, it's simple, but then there's something that we wanted to communicate to people, which is when you see it, it should stop you. You should be like, you should think, and then you should take an action. So that was the intention. That was what we wanted to do.
When I saw it, it looked like as if the suit itself was forming the face.
Exactly, it was covering people up and forming the face, and then it was like, it's literally turning to people. People are really turning to suits.
Exactly.
It's really harmful for them.
God bless you.
And then the copy was also powerful, which is, I am I have 10 years.
XYZ time to live.
Like that.
The campaign itself, great, the moment when a campaign is predicting when somebody will die, that will stop you in your tracks.
And I think it was, I don't know how we even pulled it off in Nigeria, because Nigerians are naturally superstitious. So we're really scared from the beginning. Like, we had so many times when we were like, should we change this? Would Nigerians just boycott this campaign? Because nobody wants to die in Nigeria.
I agree.
In fact, we don't even want to talk about it.
I didn't even think about the superstition part.
Bro, so, because even me, sometimes when we're doing testing and I put my name and it tells me 5 years, I say I don't have 5 years in Jesus' mighty name.
Top prayer warrior all of a sudden.
But then, I mean, the fact that people were very receptive of it tells us that the suits problem, people are aware of the problem, and people actually want a solution for it. And it was one of the major factors why the campaign was a success, why it's like, went with the impressions that we had. We had people sending letters to the government to make change, and it was beyond the award. I think the impact that the project created makes us all even the more happier, apart from even winning the award.
Very true, very true. Please, I would like you guys just go. The name of the campaign is called the Suit Life Expectancy. Yes. Check out the visuals, and since we're talking about art direction here, check out the visual and see the consistency across board, from the flyers, digital posts to the website. Everything had that very gloomy and dark feel to it that very worked beautifully with the concept of the campaign. and the people in France took notes. And
they had to.
And they gave us, and I will say us because I'm part of it one way or the other.
Of course.
But yeah, that was really good. I love talking. If I don't control myself, I can talk about that Canary piece for a long time.
But I mean, yeah, it was beautiful. We also had other work that was like, considered for international awards that period. Like, it was just very beautiful to see. We had even the postpartum depression one. It won
exactly.
at Responsible, even at Cannes also.
Nice.
It won gold at a section called Art for Good.
Okay,
so there's this organization that give awards to the best arts for good in the world, and it won gold. It won the best in the world last year.
I said when I saw that thing, it was so strong.
Yeah.
It was beautifully designed. The models, the look on their face was like, you didn't know whether to pity them or just...
Exactly. Big shout out to everyone at Extreme Ideas.
Exactly, yeah. Extreme Ideas, they keep doing good stuff. What is your worst mistake? You've done a lot of good things, but you must have fucked up at a certain point. So, what is that fuck? What is your worst mistake of your career?
I feel like my worst mistake turned out into a blessing. And I feel like if I say it now, excuse me. So it was, I don't know if I should be telling you this before they go and look at the pack and say, so this was a mistake.
I want to hear, please read.
I think it was the second pack design we did for Jameson.
Independence Day?
Independence Day.
So that was 2022?
2022.
Okay.
So the pack, there's something in there. I'm not going to tell you so that you won't find it. But there's something in there. It wasn't, at the end of the day when I looked at it, I'm like, oh, this is great. It actually worked perfectly, but it wasn't meant to be there. It was one of those things where, something just missing.
Let me give you guys one hint. Art directors like to do this thing. Just like every painter, they trademark their work by doing putting one hidden mark somewhere. Just to prove that I did this shit.
I didn't do that. I didn't bring it.
They will go there and maybe put one chicken at one corner that you will never see. But if you zoom in close enough, you will see the chicken there. I'm just telling you, next time you see any artwork, just look at it well. If you can zoom in, there's a possibility you'll find something
This
there.
was not based on true life events, I must say.
But yeah, so Sammy Lockdown is responsible for all your beautiful Jameson packs you've been seeing of late.
Yeah.
They won from 2021, 2022, 2023.
So 2023, I think Peter did that. Peter Ekoma.
Oh, okay.
Did that, but then,
so 21, 2022, really nice stuff. The whole independence thing, the wrap around. It takes a lot of design and ideal. What's the English now? Ideas to execute.
Ideation.
Yeah. But I'm not asking anyone now. I ask you. Some people will say client side is the goal, but that is where the money is. But you left client side to come to agency.
Yeah.
Was there more money in agency? Because it depends on the time of your career.
Yeah.
If you're coming at the beginning of your career, then of course you know that you will grow. But when you were coming, were you going into more money, or it was the same money, or?
So when I came to Extreme, it was almost the same money. Again, I went into advertising to learn. So that was really my goal. To learn, and I was fortunate enough to join Extreme Ideas, like one of the best in Nigeria, the best in Nigeria. So if I'm to compare the two sides, I would say I prefer the advertising side of things for so many reasons.
Yeah.
One, I like it's as easy as I like the dressing. I like that nobody's telling me. I remember all those times where people would be telling me, where's your tie, where's your shoe, where's your tucked in. I feel like that was stressful enough. Although now we have client side that clients, businesses that now dress down and they don't really care about
the
stuff.
tech.
The guys.
Tech guys.
Like, and I feel like that the tech guys are a big threat to advertising agencies these days.
I can tell you,
everybody wants to go to tech.
I can tell yes, but no.
But yeah, I would still pick advertising agency because I like the fact that it's so unpredictable.
It is.
Yeah, you don't know where it's taking you to tomorrow. You don't know. You might be in South Africa next week because of one video or one
thing
copy that you wrote, or you could be in Abakaliki. Like, I like that. It's wild. It's nomadic and it's fun.
Yeah.
Like, you can't replace that.
You come in and you don't even know what you're going to work on. You don't know the wonderful brief that will come in and
even the problems.
How much it will push you.
Exactly.
And usually if you're in a good agency, you're always working with correct people. So it never feels like work. It's always just bant and...
I know, it feels like work. Let's not... Please.
It can feel like work.
It feels like
work. But this is the thing. A lot of guys want to leave the agency to client side.
Yeah.
Okay, to the young ones now, the old ones, those ones they've gone. Young ones, when do they know it is the right time to learn the craft, and when is it the right time to chase money? And does chasing money mean they have to go to the client side?
So I actually wish advertising was more rewarding than it is currently. Because to be honest, Nigerian agencies are trying and all, but when you look at what young people will do is they will look at what their peers are earning.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, why am I not earning that? But I would say you can't tell anybody not to leave or to go or not to go. But I would say everybody should know what they're looking for. Because some people have jumped and they realize that, I should have learned more or something. Or some people have stayed and be like, maybe I should have actually moved. So what is it that is your own personal goal? It's not that it's very difficult right now because of the economy. Money, people need money. So you can't really preach creativity to anybody right now to say, you can be creative, you can do.
Do you know, I've tried to
that one help.
I've tried to sell that thing to some people and they look at me like I'm mad.
The economy is crazy. So for the past, since lockdown, people have just been all about the money.
Yeah.
And I don't blame anyone. It's because they have families to feed. People don't have purchasing power anymore. They have to take care of their family, friends, or what's not their future.
I put up a poll on my LinkedIn, and it was, which will you go for? It was my money and passion. Will you? Do you want a high-paying job, so more money but less joy in work, or you want less money and more work?
People want to cry in a Bentley, or they want to cry in a Bentley. That's what they will tell you.
True. I don't know the people that answered my poll, but funny enough, majority of them said they would like less money and more
joy. They like to.
More peace. You answer.
They like to.
You. Which one will you choose?
I will pick less money and more joy, because I feel like my peace of mind is very important.
Guy, it is priceless. It is priceless.
Actually. You don't know until you've experienced it. So until you pick the other one and you almost want to die.
When you experience it, you realize that this money, man,
there's really nothing like.
There's really nothing, because when you can't even sleep, you want to go to work, you're just thinking, God,
you can't wait to just get out of the place.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
But I'm still surprised that people pick that.
More things. People are loving their mind. People are loving their mind. What is your best software to use? You guys use a lot of softwares. And I'm going to go old school now, from CorelDRAW to Photoshop to Illustrator.
I started learning with CorelDRAW actually before I moved to Photoshop. I think my best software or tool.
Which one is software? Software and tool, what is the difference?
There are so many tools, so a tool doesn't have to be a software.
Okay, give me your best software, give me your best tool.
My best software right now I'm loving Adobe Illustrator, because I only just started using it very well, like 2 years ago. I started with Photoshop, but I love that it allows you to do a lot more. My best tool is a Sketchpad, because you can go crazy with it.
Wow.
My best ideas are in my sketchpad.
Wow.
Yeah.
My
And I don't play with it.
My best tool is Google Word or
Google
Microsoft Word. And my best font right now, the one I'm rocking, is Corel New.
I'll be the judge of that.
Before it was Century Gothic.
Okay. You've been using Canva. You mean I've been using Canva? You've been using Canva.
Oh, so let's go down. That I know, has any client asked you for any crazy request for your design?
How many? Where should I start from? How many do you want?
I mean, just give me the juices.
I think I'll just give. So there was this time that I did work for a client. It was so they have an event and they wanted to see how the event would look like setup of stuff.
Mock-up, yeah.
So I finished doing the thing. It was like, I did some pastels and table. This is where your table will be, furniture, just for.
Yeah.
And then the client goes, "Oh, send me the FA." I'm like,
FA.
FA of what? I'm like, it's literally. I put a table there for you to see how the table, the kind of tables you can use, the lighting. There's literally no branding or anything.
The FA for the mock-up.
I don't even up to now. Sometimes it keeps me awake at night. I just wake up and what was she actually asking for? I have to ask like 5 people. Am I the one that is mad? Please tell me, how do I send FA for mock-up of table and lights
or
and
the lamp
fire? And then she let me know use gender. The person went on
the cast.
The person went on and on about this FA, and I didn't know what to do anymore. I just gave up. I had to tell the person, okay, I'll send the FA.
You know where to get a design table.
I just sent the source file, just like that. Cause it's like,
and was she happy with that?
She did. It was not a she. And I'm not saying it's a he. The person, I never heard anything about. So maybe the person later figured out,
See, I keep saying this thing, in this industry, the way people use words, they use it and they don't even care to find out.
Exactly. If you don't understand something, ask questions. So
everything on the client side is a campaign. Everything. See, I can tell you, maybe I want to write an email at the campaign launch.
What?
It took me a bit for me to understand what was going on.
More people should come to the agency side to know how things actually work. Because until that happens, you would not appreciate craft. You would not appreciate, when people are trying to present ideas to you and the vision that they have in their head. Once you don't have that, there's nothing.
Everything is dead on arrival.
They always say the worst clients to work with are those that have to actually work in another agency.
That is what they keep saying. I don't know whether it's because our standards are now high or they cannot bullshit us because we know every lie. It's going to take us 3 days.
Really? Yeah.
Director did it.
I know. I made how long it to take you.
You mentioned something about AI. So, what do you think? Everybody say AI is coming for our work. I know that there are AI. Should be Mid-Journey that you can just write in a prompt and it will bring out what is it.
There's a new one that can do video.
Yes, I saw it. Sora. I did one with the balloon head. Yeah. So, what do you think? Friend or foe?
Friend. Because when it came out 2 years ago, we were the first people to jump on it, and we won awards with it. And now it makes our work so easy because, we had this issue with stock images in Africa where you are looking for a man jumping on his bed and it keeps giving you Igbo guys. But right now with AI, we don't have that problem anymore because we can use our words to generate what we want.
I know, but
it has eased our work in so many ways. Now, in terms of ideas. So I saw this quote when AI first came out. I can't remember, but I saw the quote on LinkedIn. Someone says, I'm trying to paraphrase, but I might not say it the exact way. AI won't replace you. It will replace you if you don't know how to use AI.
Okay.
That was the quote. It's like AI is not here to replace. It's not here to take your job. AI will only take your job if you don't know how to use AI. So it's how, and technology will always evolve. I remember, or I don't remember because I was not born there probably, like, there were people called calligraphers.
Yeah.
Before Photoshop and Co came in.
Yeah, true.
Their work was whenever you need copy on anything, they were the ones that would do it and write it and everything. But now nobody does that anymore.
Yeah.
So imagine some of them that didn't quickly learn Photoshop and the likes when those apps started coming up. They become redundant.
True.
So it's the same thing with AI. I advise everybody to jump on it and learn it and know how to use it so that it makes your work easy. But it's not here to replace anybody because the idea would always be a human thing. Yeah, if you tell OpenAI to give you 10 ideas for this juice for Nigerians, it doesn't know Nigerians, it doesn't understand us, our way of life. You know, there are some insights that it's only a human that can give you.
You know, so AI gives you what you feed into it. So you have to be creative to do that. But this is where my question comes in. Whereby you use AI to generate most of your work and everything.
Yeah.
Doesn't that reduce skill sets when it comes to you using Illustrator or Photoshop and getting the perfect blend? Like, it's not everybody that wants a cartoonish looking person.
Yeah.
I may want the real deal. I want to take my picture, I've done my modeling shoot, everything. How does that help this new generation coming in? Because I don't see a time when it will be only cartoonish looking people that will be representing us on billboards.
So I think it's their time. It's the time of AI and it's not going anywhere.
I agree.
Yes, it would make us lazy designers or lazy creatives, but again, it's the time. It's just like the illustration that I gave. There was a time when washing machines were seen as stuff for lazy people, and nobody wanted to use them. There was a time where cars were taboo, and now everybody rides cars. In the next 50 years, nobody probably would use Photoshop anymore. Maybe just a few. In
the next 50 years, nobody wants to see that face. They're all going to be cartoonish people. Or maybe the AI would have gotten so bad. That
so it's just the time. It's what we said about advertising the other time. What is relevant for this time might not be relevant last year and might not be relevant for the future.
But what do you think? I heard from someone, a friend, and the person said that, I don't know how to pronounce their name now, no more, is Archon. Archon. And now asking for money for AI generated images. From where to where now?
Yeah, I think what they're trying to do is regulate. That is how I see it, so that people are not just generating anything, and because there are some things that people can bypass because now they think they don't need to show Archon because they're just generating it online. But them regulating it, I feel like there still needs to be a lot of discussion about what exactly they are regulating.
I think the penalty was that, yes, we know the whole thing of if you're going to use a model, it has to be a Nigerian model. And I get that because we're trying to generate more work and patronize our people. Lovely, cool stuff. But as if an AI generated image, they say it's not a Nigerian person that is in this AI image. So you need to pay fine.
I've not heard that one.
I heard that.
What?
It was from...
I think that's BS. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think.
Oh my!
I don't think.
I heard that. I was laughing. I was like, what?
Nah.
Yeah. Do you have any crazy pitch stories?
Not really, except this one pitch I went to, and then all of us were like, so. The pitch, we're waiting in the balcony. It was a big firm, an oil company. So when we got in, almost. And then we were just talking, and all of us were like, wait, what if, okay, me and my natural to a copywriter, there's a strategist, there's 1 BM. What if we just offer them total package to say, let's create total package that you don't even have to pay us separately. One money, total package, give us every month. And we'll be your
But you wanted to convert to client side.
It was just a wild thought because we saw the office and we were like, what?
I can't even. There's some offices you step in, you be like, I would love to come to work.
Do you get, like, I would like to work. Like that office, everything was prop. Like key cards, it was just sweet. And oil company now,
the money never runs dry.
That presentation, it was like an interview. Like just in case they will say,
putting your best foot
that
forward.
guy.
From now that, please, can I see you?
After the yeah, that was very funny.
Goodness.
That was really funny.
What will you tell Samuel Lockdown of how many years ago now? If I cast your age, when you started?
I would tell him to never stop learning.
Okay.
Never stop learning because learning never stops. And I feel like there was an opportunity for me to learn a lot of stuff early in my career. But then again, it's this thing that happens to you where you start chasing money and then you just lose track of stuff. And then time has gone and then you're like, I should have done this, because I'm someone that likes learning a lot of things. But yeah, maybe I'll be doing more than advertising right now if I had started to learn some of these things early enough.
Cool. So never stop learning.
Never stop.
And with that, to round up, do you have a junkie quote?
No, because I have an ideas quote.
Sorry, what is your ideas quote? We are changing everything. Let me edit it now.
It's very simple. Ideas never die. So take ideas to the future.
Yeah.
Take it to the past. Take it, beat it, reject it, fail it.
Yeah.
Trash it, abuse it. It will never die. It will always come back stronger.
And that works. Yemi Arawe said something then that there's no bad idea.
Yeah.
It's just that the idea doesn't suit the brand.
Exactly.
And I think it's more or less what you're trying to say. No matter how dumb it sounds, trust me, at the right time, for the right brand, in the right place, it will make sense.
Exactly.
Which is very cool.
Survive. Yeah.
This was a lovely chat.
It was.
It was a lovely chat.
I had fun, and I forgive you for not calling me earlier.
No problem. you're getting in. The juice is right. You're getting at the right time. But thanks for coming through. I know. I literally. I mean, when you say real G, I reached out to him. A couple of days ago.
Yeah.
And Baba was like, sure, coming through. No long thing, correct guy. I appreciate, man. Thank you for coming through. It was nice chatting with you. Yeah. You want to drop your LinkedIn, let people go and check for you.
Yeah, Samuel Oluwagbemi on LinkedIn. I think find Samuel Olusoji also on LinkedIn. And on Instagram, follow me as an up-and-coming content creator. I will drop content in the wild.
I saw there's a time this guy will not go anywhere without a tripod and a mic.
So watch out for me, Sam OJ on Instagram. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. And don't forget, follow advertising.anonymous on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
that's what's happening, guys.
Exactly. Listen to us on all platforms. Search for us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube. Okay, Google Podcasts is out now. That's on YouTube. So everything come true. We're on LinkedIn too. That's where you get the whole corporate info. And let's build this community together.
Yeah, I will be sharing money very soon. So
yeah. Baba, if that's what he said, I didn't say it, what he said.
Not me, the owner of the podcast.